Okay, I'm showing you the inside of the Oakland, California warehouse where 36 victims has been confirmed dead. This is what the inside of the warehouse look. Now, they're stating that the victims' bodies may even go up even higher. Now, criminal investigation began to examine who is to blame for one of the worst fires in modern California history. Oakland authorities have resumed their grime search for bodies in ruins of a warehouse in a blaze on Monday after it was halted for hours due to the structural weakness. 36 bodies have been recovered. Now, what I'm going to do is shoot you over to the news crew so you can get an idea of basically what it looks like as far as, an active moving taking place. Okay.
At 52 hours into the incident, we think that we have cleared approximately 70% of the building.
Would you say, based on the areas yet to be searched, your fear is the death toll will go higher?
At this point, we still have families at the victim center, and their family members are unaccounted for. So we unfortunately believe that the fire fatality will go higher.
Chief, what can you tell us about the process of providing more information to these families? I know that you've asked for DNA and possible dental records.
Right. So the coroner, once we locate, along with the sheriff's office in the building, there's a multi-pronged approach to verify their identification, including, just as you said, the DNA and the fingerprinting, because a lot of these young members of our community had ID on them, but we're not able to use that as the pure justification and assume that what we find is reality.
Chief, a lot of people, of course, are mystified how this fire spread so quickly, the proximity of the fire department, the fact that you were on the scene within 3 minutes. How do you explain how it spread so rapidly?
The incredible fire load in the building. Again, we don't know exactly how the fire started. We're still at the area of origin. We haven't been able to get to that point to really do a thorough investigation. But as all the members have been reporting already, the large warehouse building was completely filled with combustibles. And once those got started, it was very, very, very rapid fire spread that made for a tremendously scary situation for firefighters entering and people trying to get out.
And Chief, quickly, I know there weren't supposed to be residential uses for that building, and yet some of the people who lived there said it was somewhat of a well-known secret. Was it known to your department, and were there fears that something like this might happen in that building?
I will let other members of the city speak to that. I do know that the fire station that's a block away knows the building. Whether or not they were ever able to determine that it was residential use on top of the original permitted use and occupancy uses of warehouse is unknown to me.
Just after midnight, when a crew that was surveying the destructions from the neighborhood rooftop noticed that the front wall was leaning 3 inches towards the center of the building, said Oakland Fire Chief, most of the bodies have been recovered in the center of the building. As of Monday, which means today, about 70% of the building has been searched, official says. We absolutely believe the number of fire fatalities increased. So basically, there may be more bodies inside. Firefighter and sheriff officials re-entered the building 9 a.m. after assuring its safety and reassured the search. Authorities believe the fire began in the back of the building, but they still have no idea that caused it. Investigators of the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco Firearms Explosion will determine a plan on how to search the building. Let me share the interview with the news crew.
Since our last update, we have located and recovered 36 victims. Of the 36, 11 have been positively identified.
These are the 7 that I found so far, which I will have their names at the end of this video.
And their family members have been appropriately notified. That number is inclusive of the 8 that were, the number 8 that was given last night. At this time, we won't be updating this morning the list of names of the located and identified victims. We are giving the family members an opportunity to update other family members, to notify them and give them an opportunity to breathe together before we release those additional needs.
The fire department last night at approximately 10 o'clock was asked by ATF and our local investigators to stop our recovery work in the back of the building based on the fact that we now feel very strongly that we have the section of the building that was the area of origin of where the fire started. The investigators will be here in just a few hours to start building out their team and really getting deeper into that area of the building. Again, it's the back of the building, so when we enter and go straight back to the back wall, center of the building, we've got a square footage area that has been quarantined off for additional investigation. And just after midnight, we had some crews doing some surveilling and reconnaissance on the next door roof and noticed a slight lean in the parapet on the A side of the building, the front of the warehouse, and the very top of the exterior wall. We have about a 3-inch lean going into the center of the building. For us as firefighters working under a wobbly, potentially collapsing exterior wall is extremely dangerous. We will not put our firefighters in danger at this point, and we will not put Alameda County Sheriff in that precarious situation with us. So we did a full work stoppage at approximately 12:18 last night and have not been continuing with body recovery
Let me
since.
start with you. You lived in that building for about 2 years. You were there when the fire started. How did you find out it was happening? How did you get out?
It was actually Carmen that I heard coming down the hallway that said something about smoke and fire. Another one of our residence artists was at the door and he also said fire. I immediately grabbed my fire extinguisher that I had right in my kitchen area. I opened my gate. I looked down the hallway and I saw 15-foot flames and what appeared to be a fireball coming towards me. I closed my gate, ran to my loft to grab my cat carrier. I was hit with a giant black wall of smoke that immediately rendered me unable to breathe or to see, and then the power went out. I made it back down to my inside space, was able to grab a headlamp, gather up my cat, wrap her in my jacket, and race out of the building.
And Carmen, you lived there about 11 months. Nikki referenced having a fire extinguisher. We do know that this building was not coded for people to live there. Were you aware of that situation?
I think the thing you have to understand about the Bay Area is that it is incredibly difficult to find housing. If your camera crew wants to get 3 blocks west of here, you can find plenty of people who couldn't find housing. At some point, when you need somewhere to sleep at night, it doesn't matter whether you have a piece of paper telling you if that's okay or not.
And Carmen, some of the other residents, are they among the missing?
Yeah, we lost one of our own in the fire, and we all knew right away. One of our other members tried to save him and wasn't able to, and we all knew right away. And you know, I think he's still officially listed as missing because they haven't recovered his body yet.
Well, these are the names that I could find, as far as the names being released so far. All I could say is rest in peace, and you're in my prayers, the mourners. Rest in peace, and to the victims and to the families, you're in my prayers. I'll try to keep you updated in reference to what's going on as far as more survivors or people that passed on. Thanks for watching. Catch the ray. I love you.